crash, honey yacht, dash, honey yacht, dash, honey yacht, dash, honey yacht, dash, honey yacht, dash.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know when Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, the head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield off the play fake. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. An aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a game.
Four. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen. Watch
Here's Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he's able to find Diggs. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Mayfield. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his target, Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters. because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 3 at the 29-yard line.
4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. On second down, this is Jackson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be caught by Hester. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. On second down now, it's Jackson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Watson being chased out left. It's complete to Diggs. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 21.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They run on first down with Jackson. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. On second down, it's Jackson, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Watson. Steps away to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal for the offense. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And all the way in. Down, Cleveland. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 14 to 10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is caught at the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down. That'll the 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
19 yards there on the catch and run. They go play action here on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. On second down, Mayfield again. It's caught by OBJ. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
To win any route, you got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They go with Chubb on second down, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
At the 24-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Come on, hurry, hurry! Point it right, point it right, point it right.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! Hey, alert, 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 alert! Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot. shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
It's 4th down.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Now Mayfield on 4th down. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Mayfield now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield now. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man...
And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
He's going to look deep down and got his man complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as they have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He rifles one that's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down now, it's Jackson. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He may try and run for this. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jackson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, it's Jackson, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try the ground game with Jackson, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
That's their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Check nickel.
To throw, Mayfield. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Hester. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Dolphins continuing to add on. They are really rolling. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start here with Jackson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Alert!
Faking the give. Now Watson. And Diggs has it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Watson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. He'll let this go from, and it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Browns drive about to get started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary. playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Mike 28. Mike 28. Ricky. Mike 28. Squish, double. And go!
A shotgun snap for Watson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again is Watson. Going for the deep ball. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big-time play there for the Texans. 47 yards.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Throwing on second and 8. Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a third and 8. Now Watson. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. After the loss, here's second and 12 from the 18.
At the 18-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Brian Allen. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Hurry, hurry.
Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that?
Back to it after the pick six, Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Browns get a score closer. They go for just one here as it's up and good. Checking things elsewhere. Third quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And the Cardinals scoring again. They've got that one in cruise control. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, trying to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a third down. 3rd and 2, Watson. That'll be caught. It's Hester. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to air one out. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Watson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain there of 21 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield on play action. This is the tight end, Njoku. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. 43 yards. Back now in Houston. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Mayfield looks to throw. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Watson off play action, rolling to his right. That'll be caught by Hester. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. A good pickup there, 26 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Hey! Hurry!
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Regular. Hurry! Motion. Hurry! Stay with your man.
Now Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. Know your job.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Craig. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now a first carry for their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
26 Mike, 26 Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns get a score closer. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Let's go. Do it.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 2nd and 10, Watson. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup at 25. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the tuck and run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Watson trying to lay one up deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Meanwhile, in Foxborough, there in the 4th quarter. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. Mayfield off the play fake. That's complete to Slayton. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mayfield on 1st down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Jackson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. All you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Let's put that team on.
Watson now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And Watson's going to throw it here. Escaping the pressure right. And he will have a touchdown. Deshaun Watson keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
26, Mike, 26.
Mayfield to throw it. It's caught by OBJ. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 85 yards. And the Browns get a score closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they have the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
Don't get nervous.
Throwing now, Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again.